Welcome back. You know, yesterday turned out to be a really hot day, and we saw some storms popping up. Are we the same again today?
Probably a carbon copy of what we saw. Let's take a look at the temperatures for yesterday. 99 in Lincoln and Bellevue were our winners here. It was a little bit cooler off to the north, 91 in Norfolk, and here in Omaha we topped out at 98 degrees, so it was really hot today, and will be hot again today too, but a few degrees cooler, but that heat index is going to still be up there. In fact, we do have an excessive heat warning out for Omaha and most of the area here. Heat advisory still for Lincoln, Tacoma, and Denison. And the reason why the National has the excessive heat warning is because we are seeing these extremely hot temperatures so early in the season. We should be seeing this later in July and August, but we're seeing these in late June. So that's the reason why the National Weather Service decided to put us in an excessive heat warning. So what's a high risk in our threat tracker, and the heat index could be as high as 115 later on this afternoon. We also do have some potential possibility for severe storms later on this afternoon, and that's also a reason why we're under our high here. Otherwise, we'll back it down to the low category for tomorrow and Friday, as we're looking at some quieter weather and some cooler weather as well. Like I said earlier, we are under a slight risk of severe weather due to a cold front just off to our north. Hail and wind is going to be the break, kind of like what we saw yesterday afternoon. We saw some storms starting to fire up off to our west, moving into the Omaha area. And hopefully that won't delay the game today like it did yesterday as well. Outside right now, we are at 78 degrees with that humidity down from what we saw yesterday. Remember, we saw dew points in the upper 70s yesterday, and now that's down to 65 degrees. It is 73 in Fremont, 72 in Lincoln, and 75 in Shenandoah. We saw some few passing showers by in central Nebraska, but it started to fizzle out as it moved towards Omaha, and we are looking at some clearing skies as we head towards later on today, and that'll promote some destabilization in the atmosphere for those strong storms later on today. 95, don't forget the excessive heat in effect. If you are heading to College World Series, it's going to be 93 with a possibility of storms by 6 o'clock. It is the championship game. Otherwise, for tomorrow, we'll dry it out with 90 degrees, 93 on Friday. We'll see storms Saturday morning. Otherwise, look at that. We'll be back in the mid-80s by next week. So cooling off once the College World Series gets over with.
Yeah, can't wait for those 80s to return back in the forecast here.
Oh, yeah, it'll feel nice compared to what we've had this week.
All right, Doug, thanks a lot there. All right, welcome back. Yesterday was a really hot day, and we saw some storms firing up across your area.
That's right. We're going to do it again today, too.
Oh, great.
Yesterday's highs, look at that. 99 in Lincoln and Bellevue are the big winners, just shy of the century mark. A little bit cooler off to our north and the west, 91 in Fremont, Norfolk, and we topped out at 98 in Omaha. For the day today, we are looking at excessive warnings still in place for today. Heat advisories are the orange in Lincoln, Tacoma, and Denison. And the reason why we have these, the excessive heat warnings, because we're going to see heat indexes as high as 115 degrees. And it's just because the National Weather Service bumped because we are seeing these hot temperatures so early in the season. We should be seeing these readings late July into August instead of late June. And the reason why I also have it in the high categories, we also have a slight possibility of some severe weather later on today. So lots of on here today. Otherwise, tomorrow we'll quiet it down finally with some cooler weather relative to where we have been, with some morning showers lingering. Otherwise, Friday, another quiet day. But for this afternoon, due to a cold front passing by later on today, spark off some severe storms with hail and wind being the primary threats. Of course, we can't rule out an isolated tornado, but the hail and wind and heavy rain are the main factors for today. 78 outside right now. That dew point has come way down compared to, remember, we were in the upper 70s yesterday, and now it's 65 degrees. Other places, 73 in Fremont, 72 in Lincoln, and 73 in Council Bluffs. We did see some showers passing by in east central Nebraska. Otherwise, it kind of fizzled out by the time it hit Omaha. So we're just looking at partly sunny skies, and we do have a clearing line just off to our west. So we could see 90 degrees for noontime temperature with partly sunny skies, and then 95 at 5 o'clock with showers and storms. If you are heading out to the College World Series, be aware of those storms. Otherwise, 93 for the LSU-Texas game, as we'll crown a champion later on tonight. And for tonight, showers and storms possible, 74 for our low. And for tomorrow, quiet morning showers possible. It's 90 degrees as we'll usher in some northwest winds, so it'll feel a lot cooler. 93 on your Friday. Saturday, we'll see some morning storms, otherwise a high of 88. And for Sunday through Tuesday, we'll see highs in the mid-80s. Quite a kind of what we saw early through this week with 90s in the forecast.
Boy, 99 yesterday at Bellevue. Can't believe that. Well, nice to see some 80s on the board.
Oh, yeah, back to normal.
All right, thanks, Doug.